Beautiful people. Hello. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Hi, time. How are you? Um, Sorry I'm late. It is my birthday, and that I'm. It is my birthday, and I just got in. If you're wondering, I did go and get lamb chops from Texas de Brazil. If you go to Texas de Brazil, let me tell you something. They charge a separate fee for lamb chops now. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard because before it used to be included in there. But of course I got lamb chops. Hold on, hold on, because the conversation we about to have is gonna be deep. So I'm not lighting up a blunt. I'm lighting up this much steak. I don't smoke. Even though I said I was going to start, I don't. I just want us to have a really good conversation, right? A really good one, free from hatred and malice. This is really why I want to have this conversation. Feel free, whatever platform you are watching this on, feel free to drop your questions or anything in the chat. Y'all, this little space. I don't know why this is not burning like it used to. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna give you all the disclaimers in just a minute. Just if you've been here before, I got some last minute things I have to make sure that y'all can hear. I have to make sure my screen is good. I'm gonna actually put some music in here so that there's music at the bottom of this. Okay. Tonight's topic is understanding homosexuality. You probably like you talk about that a lot. I really don't. And you're probably like, why do we want to talk about that? Why should we care about understanding homosexuality? Here's why. Because maybe your son, daughter, auntie, uncle, mother, cousin, brother, father, son, niece, nephew, maybe someone in your family is a member of the alphabet community. That's the LGBTQ community. Hold on. I said I was going to have notes on this. Hold on. Oh, I'm typing in the wrong thing. LGB. There we go. For those of you who don't know the meaning of it, it is. Oh, I thought they was gonna tell me right there, but they didn't. Oh, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning one's sexuality or gender identity, intersex, asexual, aromatic, and agender. You know what? Out of all of those, I heard human. No, I didn't say it, but I heard human. Again, somebody's mother, father, sister, brother, cousin, auntie, uncle, grandma, and grandpa, niece and nephew. Right? I want to talk about this because somebody that I know and love dearly, a couple of people that I know and love dearly, while my experience in being lesbian, I am if you didn't know, surprise, I am a lesbian. Mine's was smooth. Thank you, Tamika. Mine's was smooth. I would say it was smooth. I actually kind of never really cared what people thought about me anyways, but mine's was smooth. But there are others who have experiences that I feel let me rewind. Let me give you my disclaimers. I do not tolerate disrespect in any way, shape, form, or fashion that is towards you, towards me, towards anyone that appears either on screen or in the chat. There will be curse words. There will be tears. There will be tears. This is a sensitive topic for me. There will be tears. I am not a mental health professional. Um, I am not, I don't have a doctorate in psych. I don't have anything other than I am one woman willing to share my personal experiences to let you know two things. One, you can overcome anything that life throws at you. Number two, you are not alone. I think that's all my disclaimers. I did say cuss words and I did say tears because those are the two things that, usually pop up a lot in my conversations. Anyways, I feel like it's my birthday and it's Pride Month. And I feel like there is a stigma when it comes to homosexuality that people don't understand. And I feel like it's mainly because people don't talk to homosexuals. Like, people don't talk to gay people. They talk about them, they talk at them, they talk around them, but they don't talk to actual people who are actually gay. If you did, then you will understand how difficult people can make your life. Like, I'm Black, I'm gay, I grew up in church. I have so many different facets of me, right? I am grateful for my coming out story. Grateful. I just tell people I was gay. Many people was like, oh, we already knew that. It wasn't a big deal. But there are people who find the courage to live their best fucking life. And they want to share something so, I don't even know how to put it in words, but that's a huge thing. When somebody take the time to tell you, like, it's like, I don't need to know that, I don't need to know that. But if they decide to tell you that, that's something huge. That's a huge thing that it takes courage to do that. So I'm hearing stories of people watching on YouTube and Facebook, and just, it's everywhere. Like, there's so much hatred towards the homosexual community, the LGBT, the alphabet mafia. That's what I'm gonna call it. There's so much hatred, right? And I begin to think, like, where does this hatred come from? Every time you turn around, like now it's the Buzz Lightyear. There's a kiss in the new Buzz Lightyear, and they're like, "Oh, it's the gay agenda, the gay agenda." And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, there's no agenda for nothing else. There's no agenda for nothing. There's no agenda for nothing else. You say, oh, you gay, get away from me. You got the gay touch. Like, what the hell is a gay touch? I forgot this disclaimer. These are purely my opinions, and I mainly wanted to talk about it because I feel like somebody else on the other side of this camera will have the courage to answer the questions that I have, because I have a bunch of them. And I'm a gay person. If you want to ask a gay person a question, I'm right here. You can ask me a question. I ain't trying to rob you. I ain't trying to turn you gay. I'm not trying to turn your kids gay. If we gonna be 100, I'm going to always be 100. So I'm going to tell you, like, it's difficult growing up in church and being gay. It wasn't necessarily difficult for me, but it's difficult growing up in church and being gay. And I'm not just talking about the Black church. I'm talking about temples, synagogues, houses, wherever you grow up, period. It is difficult growing up being gay. So when you find the courage to say, hey, I just want you to know that I'm gay, it is so heartbreaking to know. Now, adults, I'm not saying that this should happen with adults, but what I'm about to say is, it's so heartbreaking to know that a teenager or a child who identifies the opposite of what their parents suggest that they should be are being disowned and kicked out because they don't identify as the same as you. That's something that I cannot understand. And I want to have this conversation because I want to understand it. I don't want to be mad at parents. I don't get mad. Can you tell by it's heartbreaking for me. Someone was telling me their story, and I literally just started crying because I couldn't imagine being disowned or put out. And then you have those people who never say that they are, and they deny it, they push it down, they do everything because they hear the derogatory terms that I'm not going to repeat here. You already know what they are. Everybody knows what they are. You hear that. Look at that. You hear that. So then, of course, they're not going to come and talk to you because they hear this every day. I just wanted to have a conversation on understanding homosexuality because I'm a homosexual. And clearly there is a divide. There is so much hatred. You could say there isn't, but there really is. Anytime a parent would disown their child or put their child out of the house. Now, you probably like, there were some other circumstances why they got put out. Listen. We all know we ain't putting people out because they like boys and girls. We don't do that. We don't put people out because they come home, have kids at a young age. We don't do that. We don't put them out because they have a different religious belief. We don't do none of that. I just want to know, like, maybe you could help me if you're watching this. Like, where does that come from? I can tell you where I believe it come from. But I just want to know we here to have this conversation. Where do you feel that it come from? Like, how could you how could you hate someone you've never even talked to? You never even talked to. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there because if you know me, you already know. You know how I feel. Those of you who watch it who don't know me, you're about to really know how I feel and what I think, right? I feel that the hatred for the homosexual community comes from religion. Be it Baptist, Pentecostal, Apostolic, Kojic, Presbyterian, Methodist, Lutheran, whatever you want to call, whatever religion it is, I believe, and I believe it strongly. That's where it came from. It's condemned. It's an abomination. God said, the Bible said, Sodom and Gomorrah. It's all of these different things that's just been repeated that people keep saying, when in reality, God said, love your neighbor as yourself and love him. In my mind, I don't care if you're tall, short, fat, skinny, black, white, yellow, pink, purple, blue. I don't care what you look like. I don't care anything. I care more about how you treat me. That's what I care about. So for me to hate you, I grew up in the church, right? I don't hate people that believe in God and I don't believe in him. I don't hate people that serve Buddha and I don't believe in Buddha. I don't do that. But that's something we seem to do quite often when it comes to the homosexual community. It's people that won't even speak to people. Their own family members. You won't even speak to them because they're homosexual. Like, again, like it's a gay touch. It's a disease. They learned that from somewhere. Like, people cannot just say I was born this way. And then when you say that, it's like, oh, so you trying to say God made a mistake? What I'm saying is, on June 26, 1980, 42 years ago, my mother and my father got together and they birthed me, a lesbian. That's what they did. It's not natural for people to be gay. I think sometimes we allow our personal biases and our personal stereotypes and things we hear frequently. I think we allow that to determine how we interact with people. I'm mainly talking about this because if you are a parent, you probably like you don't got kids. And I probably won't ever have them biologically. Not probably, I won't ever have them biologically. But I raised a bunch of them. And if any one of the children that I raised come to me and tell me that they are gay, guess what I'm going to do? As an African American lesbian woman, I'm going to hug them. I'm going to tell them that anytime they need to fucking talk, you can come and talk to me. Because while you sitting over there in your heterosexual lane, able to walk out here in the world freely, it's tough for us. It's tough for us. People you've been around your whole fucking life, all of a sudden find out you gay. Not that you done told them you was gay, but find out you gay. Now it's like, oh, they tried to come on to me. Do you know how many? That's outside stuff, right? We gonna talk about the internal things that we experience, right? There's fear of being judged. There's fear of being disowned. There's fear of harm being done to you. There's so many things that we deal with personally, in addition to our families, in addition to our communities, in addition to the world. I think it's important for us to understand homosexuality. We see kids or we see parents letting their kids wear dresses, and it's like, no, he a boy, he shouldn't wear no dress, he should wear blue and blue jeans, and he should play with trucks and BB guns, and he should do all of this, right? If you ever stop to think about it, right? Everything you've ever done in your entire life, somebody told you to do it. I'm gay. Nobody ever told me to be gay. I just knew that I was gay. I just knew that I didn't think I did. I just knew. I'm the type of person, like, if I see somebody fine, they fine. I think everybody is fine. Not everybody literally, but you know what I'm saying. I think they fine. I just think at some point when we have situations that are really, really sensitive, I think we don't respond to sensitive situations well. I think we just go off of how we're going to be looked at. So I get it. I understand if you're a parent and your child, especially if you're in a church and your child comes out to be gay, I know how that's going to look. We all can just imagine how that's going to look, especially if you're a preacher or a pastor and your child is gay. How are you going to be teaching us the word of God and your child is gay? When in reality, your child just likes something that's the opposite of what you wish for them. It's like people have to deny who they are to make other people happy. I don't know if you noticed, right? I survived. You survived. We survived. We are surviving a global fucking pandemic. If you don't have it in your heart to treat someone who's not like you, not everybody is going to be like you. I'm only 5'8". I'm not going to be 6 feet. I don't know what it's like to be 6 feet. I don't have long straight hair. I never wore wigs, so I don't even know what that's like. I don't know what it's like. But you know what I do? When I see somebody getting their wig done, I ask a whole bunch of questions. Why? Because one day I'm thinking about I would love to get a wig. I've never worn one. I would love to get one. And who better to ask about a wig than someone who creates wigs? How you gonna ask somebody in the church that's preaching the word of God about homosexuality because they only have a slighted view of it? You ask a homosexual about it. That's like asking someone, hey, how did you draw that big old asking someone how did you draw that big old thing? I want to draw a big old thing. You ask somebody who's been there, who's in there. Ask them. This is an open platform. I'm on a whole bunch of different platforms right now. And I know somebody watching this is like, what the fuck is she talking about homosexuality? Because we need to talk about it. It's a conversation that needs to be talked about. You probably scrolling past it. You probably watching it right now. But guess what? Even if you don't talk about it right now on this live, somewhere down the line, you're going to talk about it. Even if you go tell, did you see her talking about some understanding homosexuality? We don't need to understand homosexuality. You need to. How do you expect to love thy neighbor if you don't even know who your neighbor is? How do you expect to teach your children to be model citizens or great citizens in this great country if you can't even teach them how to not ridicule or make fun of people? And then you have those people, right? We all know when in the alphabet mafia, we know you. You have those people who ridicule and those people who be so staunch and so strong in their stance against homosexuality, but at the same time in their house, hotel rooms, back offices in churches, in the confessionals, touching boys and girls and doing all of that stuff. We all know. We've all heard stories. We all know, especially if you grew up in any kind of religion. You may want to deny it, but the truth, we all know. And we like to make, the Catholic Church, the Southern Baptist Church. You got a Baptist preacher, you got a Catholic preacher, you got an Apostolic, a Pentecostal, all of them. None of us are great. But the difference between me and a lot of people is I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. The only way to understand what it's like to be gay is to talk to somebody who's gay. Not everybody is out here waving a rainbow flag like, look at me, I'm gay. There's conservative gay. There's flashy gay. But at the end of the day, we're all gay and we all have a heart. We have a mind. We have a body. We bleed. We cry. We do everything the same way you do. This whole it's a gay agenda, right? I never hear anybody say anything. Nobody ever be like, girl, that's that heterosexual agenda over there. And then you will be like, oh, you only saying that? No. You think it's cute when your little 4-year-old son or daughter come home and be like, oh, they got a little boyfriend, they got a little girlfriend. When grown women be saying, oh, that's my little boyfriend, that's a little boyfriend. You think that's cute. And then when they get older and they tell you that person touched them, and you looked at them like, no, you lying because they done been over here all this time. That's not cute. It's okay if your son bring 11 women up in the house. It's cool because that's my son, like father, like son. But if your son was to come and tell you that he was gay, now you got to beat him. You're going to try to beat it out of him. Y'all remember the little boy who brother and sister beat him up and then cut gay in his head? Like, y'all don't even know the things. You don't even know. If you want to know, you can ask me. I'll tell you. I'm just one person, but I could tell you my experiences. Definitely not from my family. I'm going to tell you, my brothers are so protective of me. And I try to tell them, like, I'm a grown-ass woman. I don't have to fight with my fists. I can talk to you. I would rather have a conversation with you. You don't have to fight for me. But I get it. I get they want to protect me. I get that. You should want to protect anybody in your family. If you are a fucking parent, you should definitely want to protect your child, because if you have not been paying attention, if you're watching on any social platform right now, kids are fucking coming up missing every fucking day. I just watched a crime series or whatever where they was at the basketball game. The girl was at the basketball game with her father, and she went to the bathroom and they took her from the bathroom. This is the kind of fucking world we live in, and I would think, just me, I don't have kids, but I would think if I carried something, or if I even looked at it, if you look at a child and you just don't have that thing, I know if you're a parent, you know that thing, like, I don't want any harm. I don't even have kids, but I look at kids like, I don't want any harm to come to you. I can look at your child. I don't want any harm to come to a child, because you know what happens if there's a child and they feel like they are not heterosexual, suppressing that. And then I have to go out here and play basketball with the boys, or I have to push trucks around. You see your son with a Barbie doll, you want to listen. If we allow people, like, if you ever paid attention, right? When you see baby showers, right? Why is it always pink and blue? Why isn't it like yellow or green or brown or any other color than pink or blue? And then it's like, when you think about the cartoon characters that kids like we try to steer our kids, like, okay, you gonna like this. And then when we don't like what you want us to like, then it's like, oh no, away with you. When it should be when it should be, let me just hold you, let me hug you, let me understand why you feel that way, let me understand how I can help you. Forcing them to deny who they are isn't helping. It's actually hurting, right? You might not want to believe this because you're like, oh no, God, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, Mary, Joseph, whoever is going to take them away. Is they going to be delivered? I think you need to take a moment and research Exodus International. I think you need to do that. If you don't know who Exodus International is, it was one of the largest pray the gay away. We gonna deliver it. Send your kids to our camp. Pay all this money. We gonna get your kids delivered. They gonna come back and they gonna deny all of the gay things that they want to do. Send them here. Jesus gonna do it. And there's no knock against Jesus, but I'm saying this is what this place did. You know that they were shocking people to try to get them to not be gay? It was people who were leaving these camps and leaving these seminars and workshops and all this fucking things, and then feeling bad because they still had those same fucking feelings. They were waiting for them to be delivered. I didn't think I was going to be this emotional talking about this, but hey, it is what it is, right? These people, there's so many people that went to these camps. It's so many. They have documentaries of the people that went to the camp. There's so many people that has been trying to not like what they like just so that they don't make their parents feel embarrassed. I was going to say, fuck your parents. And I'm just going to leave it at that. That's what I was going to say. So I'm going to leave it at that. You have to fucking live for yourself. I get it. We don't want to be embarrassed. I get it. But at the same time, that's your fucking child. Whether they 6, 5, 54, they still your fucking child. Can you imagine all of the fucking kids and teenagers that went to these fucking camps, right? only for the man who was hosting it. He was hosting it. Y'all gotta go look it up. But you gotta look it up. He was hosting all this shit, getting all this money, right? Only for him to still be gay the entire fucking time. He was telling them that God's gonna deliver your kids from being gay. And then they don't stop right there. And then they did a documentary. Lisa Ling, I think that's her name, right? She did a documentary. And one of the men who was over it, told those people, we lied to you. We lied to you. We lied to you. They had people in that room who went to the camps, right? Who went to the Exodus International things, right? And there's one, if you watch it, I'm telling you, you definitely gonna cry. I don't care who you are, you definitely gonna cry because you're gonna think about it, right? All of those kids that were there, they went through the conversion therapies, they went through all of that, and then you tell me that you lied. The one young man said, my best friend committed suicide because he felt like God didn't love him because he was still gay. For you to tell somebody that God don't love them because they're gay and you represent God, do you understand how that looks? I promised myself, like, if I had the ability to do it, I said once I did this 42-hour live stream, I'm gonna talk about every fucking thing I wish somebody would have talked to me about, right? Because we don't fucking talk. You will disown your child, but your Uncle Pete is still over there on the barbecue grill slathering them ribs, and you know he done ran through all of your kids, your kids, your cousins, your auntie, uncles, and he's still on the fucking barbecue grill flipping ribs, and everybody like, oh, no, is Uncle Pete coming? Do you know the damage that does to a fucking person? Or maybe you just don't care. I'm not going to say that you don't care, but maybe you just don't fucking care because it's about how you look. I remember watching The Brat. Like, if you know The Brat, you know. The Brat, anybody could look at her and could have just been like, yeah. But that would have just been us making assumptions, right? But, hey, she said she didn't want to come out because she didn't want her grandma all that time time is something that you can't get back. I don't care how much you try to buy and fix up everything, you can't get that time back. Instead of telling somebody you gonna go to hell because that's an abomination, why don't you open your arms and welcome them in and say, I love you in spite of. You ain't trying to hear from me because you don't want to stop doing what you're doing. That's not your job. That's not your job. Your job is to love, to lead and guide. If we see you out here walking the good walk, holding up the bloodstained banner, as y'all would say, we will be all right. The only way that you can help a person if you understand where they are. If you never talk to a gay person, how do you understand where they are, where they've been, what they're going through? You just as bad as them people that be watching black people on TV and be like, oh, they're all thugs and they're all killers and they all smoke dope. We don't all do that, but that's what they see. You are Sodom and Gomorrah. Half of us, I read it, but half of y'all ain't never even picked up a fucking Bible to even know what the hell Sodom and Gomorrah is. And if you did pick up the Bible, then you actually know what took place in Sodom and Gomorrah. You would actually know that. You will actually understand where it's easy for me to tell you that it is an abomination. It's easy for me to say that. It's easy. It's an abomination. God is going to kill you. He's going to send you to hell. What does that make me do? That makes me be fearful. That makes me say I don't want to be gay because God is going to send me to hell when God is the one that created me. It's all this division when it's just supposed to be love. Anything that causes you to look at something that you birthed that. It came from you. You carried it around for 9, 10, 4, 6, however many months you carried it around. The baby, you carried it around. And then for you to fix your mouth and say, I think that's the part. There's so many different parts of all of this. It's the hatred of gay people. How? How? Why? What have they ever done to you? We out here fighting, got big ass signs. Homosexuality is a sin. If you have seafood boils, that's an abomination too. Nobody says anything when Disney characters or TV shows people half naked and kissing all over each other. We don't got nothing to say about that because that's natural. Like there are animals out on this earth that are transgendered and that are of the same sex. These are animals. We didn't make the animals. No, you could argue that okay, people not born this way. But what about the animals? We didn't make them. You could say that that's unnatural, but we didn't make them. Human beings didn't make them. So maybe I got it. I got you. Maybe they was out there with the other frogs, and the one frog was like, "Yeah, I'm gay," and the other frog was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be gay too," because that's what they say is a learned behavior. It's a learned behavior. They had to see somebody that was gay doing gay stuff. That's why they doing it. No, they're just gay. I'ma beat it. I can't tell you how many times I heard people say, if my child is gay, I'ma beat it out of them. You gonna beat them, and then when you get done beating them, they gonna still be gay. They just know this. I'm telling you, they just know not to be gay in front of you. That's all you did. You didn't stop them from doing anything. You did cause them a little trauma because now they're going to be a little worried because now they ain't going to be out in public. They're going to go way out where people ain't going to know them, or they're going to be in the religious organizations and just be living a double life. They're going to marry women, they're going to marry men, and they're going to have kids, and everybody going to be like, oh, they can't be gay because they got kids. People used to say, you can't be gay because you don't dress like a boy. You don't have braids. Not everybody who's gay has braids or dress like a boy. But that's something that we like. People just imagine when you think of a gay person, you just think, why do you want to be with a girl that looks like a boy? Because I want to be with a girl. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking at the chat and I'm talking. Understanding homosexuality. I can only imagine how many kids, teenagers, wait, let's talk about the grown people, like grandmas and grandpas and aunties and uncles who've been gay, who we know for years, like, okay, I knew for years that they'd been gay, but we could never talk about it because that was a subject you didn't talk about. That was just their little friend. But now out here living their best fucking life because it's like it's okay now. all those fucking years suppressing being with the person you love because somebody else is worried about how they gonna look. This ain't even got shit to do with you, but you worried about people talking to you about your son being gay. That's when you should be like, so the fuck what? And if more people start saying shit like that, I'm telling you, it'll change a whole lot of shit. Your daughter gay, so the fuck what? And you could say exactly like that. That's gonna shut somebody up real quick. So the fuck what? And you probably like that didn't even go together. It did, and it did. We start standing up for people. Your child want to wear a dress. Hell, kids want to wear rain boots, dresses, hats, scarves, gloves. They don't know. Kids don't know that shit. Kids only know the shit that you tell them. Boys don't play with dolls. Says who? Boys don't play with shit like that. What do they play with? Who's to say, okay, there's a list when they say parenting don't come with no books. But so when the child come out, it's like, okay, he can only have basketballs, footballs, cars, trucks, toys. He got to go run outside. Like parents who let their baby scrape their knees, like, oh, he a boy, he'll be all right. That's why we got so many hard as fuck adults out here. Men don't cry. What the fuck is that? Everybody cry. We might not let you see us cry, but everybody fucking cry. He's soft. She too tomboy. She too mannish is what they used to say. Mannish. How about you put your arms around them and let them know that they are loved? How about you try to understand where they are in their life? And then you're not gonna be gay until you get out of my house, parents. Imagine if someone had told you that. Wait, maybe somebody did tell you that. So now you just furthered on, continue the generational curse, as people would say. Rather than, you know what, I'm going to embrace my child. I'm going to understand where they are. I'm going to understand how can I protect them and make them feel loved, because at the end of the day, a lot of us don't feel loved. We hear all the time, I wish a gay N-word would come over here and dance on me. People not that way. There are some people who do that, but people not really out here trying to dance on you. They over there with their good Judies and getting it in. This is like a fear of being gay. Like, you don't have to be afraid of being gay. You're not gonna get the gay touch. It's not gonna jump off on you. It's not. Nobody gonna switch you. You're not gonna switch. If that's not what you like, you're not gonna change. And then there's the people who like that, but they want to like play all the fields. I want to encourage you today. It's Pride Month. Come on out. I want to encourage anybody that is struggling, that's trying to figure out like, oh, I want to come out, but people gonna talk about me. People gonna say this. Listen, at the end of the day, everybody get talked about. You don't know an old boy named Jesus? Jesus. Yeah, he got talked about too. His own people offered him up. You ain't no different. I'm not any different. But what I will do is, if you want to have a conversation, we'll talk about it. I'm here. I'm here all day. I'm not here all day. I just did a 42-hour live. But I'm here because I want to help you understand homosexuality. I want to help you to understand that people are born this way. There are people who proclaim that they have been delivered from this. There are people who claim that they have been able to suppress those feelings. I'm not saying that those people are not telling the truth. I'm saying that's what their claims. I just know me. I have no. I'm good over here. I'm good, love and joy. And if that's something that you can't like, you can't talk to me because I'm gay. There is no, what is the foundation of that? I didn't treat you wrong. I didn't steal from you. I didn't cuss you out. I didn't do anything. What is your foundations for having that decision, coming to that decision? Because if just because I'm gay, and many of you I've never even talked to, never even talked to. I saw you in passing. You knew I went to the churches I went to, but we've never even had a conversation. But you have some kind of feelings, not just towards me, but just homosexuality in general. Like, how do you develop feelings about something you're not in? How do you tell a child? And you're probably like, you don't have kids, so you wouldn't know. But how do you tell your child, if you're a parent and you're watching this, how do you look at your child and tell them, you don't know what you want? You don't know who you are right now. I'm going to just tell you, and you're going to do what I tell you to do until you get out of my house, and then you could do whatever you want to do. Do we see do we see where it comes from, how it comes into play? I'm going to tell you who you are, what you are going to do, and what you like. And then you got people sneaking off in the dark and meeting up at parks and stores and parking lots and everywhere. Tinder, on all these jacked. I've seen so many people I knew on jacked, and it's not because I have a jack. Somebody I know had a jacked, and I was just like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Lying, telling people you're not, laughing and kikiing when other people are talking about gay people, but you're sitting right there in the midst of all of that, knowing once you leave there, you think you're going to go back over here and joke. They was over there talking about, no. It's 2022, right? You would think that people will be more understanding. People will have tolerance, right? I get you don't agree. Why don't you agree? Could somebody type in the chat why people don't agree? I mean, I can tell you why I feel like people don't agree. I can tell you why they don't agree. I think it would be cool if people were just like, you know what, that's not for me, and leave it at that. That would be cool. I respect that. I respect when people be like, I can't talk to you because you're gay, and I just be like, oh, okay, but you be talking to the Spectrum and We Energies and your landlord, your cousin, your baby mama. You be talking to all these people. Hey, but I think it would just be, I would be so cool with people if they was just like, that's not my thing. But when people be like, oh, I don't, the Bible says, or God didn't make for people to be. We're talking about the same deity that created murders, rapers, thieves, liars, sick people, diseases. We're talking about the same God, right? He could do all of that, but he can't make people gay. They try to make it seem like, oh, it's a chemical imbalance in their brain that makes people gay. Skirt all around it like, no, I've been gay. Like, it's in my blood. You take my blood out, it'd probably be rainbows. That's just what it is. We don't want to understand. We don't want to have the conversation around homosexuality because that will cause us to identify why we don't like it. So I'm gonna ask the question again. Could someone tell me why? I know it's gonna be like the Bible said. It's an abomination. The Bible said no man should allow mankind. If you don't think I know the word, you better ask somebody because I know it. I used to read it all the time. I used to read it, then I get like the little books to interpret it. Then I get the dictionary. All of that because I was trying to understand. Like I will sit and listen to people tell the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, and they use the fear part of it. That's the fear part of it. Where it's like, oh, we don't know this person come out here, so we may know them. And that's where they turn to people, oh, like he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because they was gay. That's not why he destroyed it. Now, the crazy thing is, like, in the Bible, they say every word. I don't know, these New Age Bibles, I don't know. But back in the days, they used to say everything that Jesus said was written in red, right? Nowhere in red did Jesus ever talk about gay people, homosexuals, lesbians, none of that. Nowhere in the Bible. Nowhere. You can go look it up. You can Google, type in Google. Google got everything. You type it in Google. You're not going to find it. Rumor has it. I'm going to say this rumor because it's a rumor. If it's true, it makes a lot of sense. The man who had the Bible commissioned is said to have had it commissioned as he's a member of the Alphabet Mafia. And he's a king that had a book created. We could go there all day if we want to, but we're talking about understanding homosexuality, right? How do you want to understand? How do you want to love someone if you don't understand them? How do you have a conversation with someone but you don't understand them? And then as for me, it's like we don't have conversations. We talk at people, about people, around people. We don't talk to them. I love when people come and ask me questions about, are you gay? How long you been gay? How did you know that you were gay? I love answering those questions, not just because I like to talk about being gay, because I like the fact that people are inquisitive enough to ask a question. Most people be like, how did you become gay? What? Somebody touched you? You was molested? Why is always got to be everything other than I was born this way? Born this way. Something totally amazing. I'm sorry, y'all. Something totally amazing happened to me, right? When you start to live your true, authentic self, there's something amazing that happens to you. You are able to breathe. And you're probably like, you're breathing right now. And if you could talk, you could breathe. But there's something amazing. Like there's no elephant on your chest. You're not worried about people not talking to you. You're not worried about getting kicked out. No one should ever in their fucking life have to worry about being kicked out. No one. Ever. Especially a child. I don't know. That one hits different. I'm sorry, y'all. It definitely hits different. If you are out here and you're not taking the time to get to know your son, daughter, auntie, uncle, cousin, I think the greatest thing that Jay-Z did is talk about his mom. Probably like, what did Jay-Z say about his mom? Jay-Z's mom is gay. And he talked about her. He didn't talk about her like, yeah, that. He talked about her from an understanding of a son who has a gay mother. Kids go to school that have, and their friends have two parents of the same sex, instead of you teaching tolerance or teaching understanding or, hey, this is a whole big old fucking world. You liable to run into anything out here. Kids take what they hear at your house and they take it to school. And my mom says, and my dad says, if y'all watch movies, they be in movies all the time. If you be around little kids, they tell everything. Everything. And I be so happy when kids be telling everything because I said, I pray that nothing ever happens to them and they just stop telling. I feel like there is a misconception about the homosexuality community because people don't understand. Because people don't even want to take the time to understand. Why do I need to know? I'm not gay. Why do I need to know what's gay? What if your son or daughter is gay? Think about how you treat your brother or sister or your auntie or anybody in your family that's gay. Think about how you treat them, because what if your child is gay? If you are a parent right now, you like, yeah, my child is definitely gay. Beating is not the answer. Disowning is not the answer. Communication, listening, asking questions is that's how you do it. Forcing religion, forcing them to deny themselves, you're only making it worse. Then they be all cooped up and they don't get out and be able to experience things, and then they get out here and meet the wrong person. The wrong person. Wrong person. And their lives are forever changed because you didn't take the time to talk to them about it. You know, the same way you would take the time to sit down with your heterosexual son and give him condoms and say, hey, listen, if you're going to be out here, we could do that. We can take our daughters to get on birth control, but if our child is gay, the first thing that comes to some people's mind is, oh, you got to go. There's protective measures for everything or everyone else except for kids of the LGBT community. For you men who love trans women, if they are okay to sleep with, if they are okay to have sex with, you should be okay to tell people that you like them. If you are gay and you still serve God, because I don't know if you know this or not, but you can still be gay and serve whatever deity that you serve. You can. I know they like to tell you can't. They like to say no, because how can God dwell in unclean vessels? Technically, we are all unclean. Technically. But the reality of it is we don't like to put ourselves in that category. I would put myself there any day, all day. Because my community, the people that I have around me, embraced me. They embraced me. They know I know the words. They know I know God. They know I done been in church. All of that. They know I know all of that. And they still talk to me. They don't talk to me different because she gay now, so let me talk to her like this. No, they talk to me like they was talking to me before. Anybody who switch up after you find out a person is gay, why? That's my question. Why? What will make a parent? I'm gonna ask the question again. I'm looking at the screen because I see people in here. What will make, if you're a parent, why would you feel that instead of loving your child, hugging your child, tell them that you're going to get through it, why do you feel like it's important? Or why do you feel like parents, maybe because you're a parent, you could talk about it. Why do you feel like parents do that? Or if you are a parent who disowned your child or put them out, why did you do that? I'm asking heterosexual people on why they do things to the homosexual community. Because I really want to know. I could walk up to people and ask them all the time, but I figure I got social media. I can go on here and I can ask this question. Because somebody will answer it. You can type whatever you want in the chat. I don't care. As long as you don't be disrespectful, I don't care. We're here to have a conversation. You can't understand something that you don't acknowledge. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I said, Trish. You already know, like, especially if you are black, you already know how hard it is out here. It don't get easier because we said we black, we gay and black. It don't get easier. It doesn't. I know people like to think that, but it doesn't. Not at all. They gotta go to school with people who are homophobic. They can't play on the same sports teams. They can't. It's so many kinks in this world already. I be telling people. I've been saying for so long that your house, like my house is my sanctuary. I would be in here every day for the rest of my life and just order and stuff if I could, because this is my place of peace. Your home should be your child's place of peace. Like, you should never let anything come in there. You shouldn't be the reason why they're like, well, I have to deny myself because my mom's coworkers are going to talk about her. Newsflash, they already talking about you. And it ain't got shit to do with your gay child. But why? Why would that be an option for you to, like, I'm going to disown my child? Because you going to disown them, but guess what? That still don't take away the fact that they are your child. Now you literally just tossed them to the wolves. And when I say wolves, I mean fucking wolves. And I'm not just talking about in the gay community. I'm talking about in life, period. There are wolves out here. In sheep's clothing also. Sending your kids to AAU teams and basketball camps and all these different church camps and all of that stuff, right? Because you know they just believe in God. They're so upstanding people. And then you hear basketball coaches, soccer coaches, teachers sexing and texting the kids and taking them on little things. And if you don't talk to your child, someone else will. And that someone who will talk to your child is going to be someone that they should never cross paths with. Never. Never, ever. I don't have kids, but I'll offer this suggestion, right? Talk to them. Don't talk to them to, like, get them to change their mind on who and what they are and what they like. Don't do that. Just freely talk to them. Understand where they are in their life. Get to know them. Just do that for me. You don't even know me, but just do that for me. Do that for them. Don't be so quick to tell them, oh, you're not going to be gay. You can't be gay. God be saying a lot of shit. I don't think I should have put God and shit together in the same sentence, but God be saying a lot of shit that nobody really be listening to. He said the church supposed to take care of the widows and the orphans. That's people who husband die and kids. How many churches you know taking care of the widows and the orphans? But they'll tell you about that homosexuality though. They'll tell you about that in a minute. I be seeing them people walking around with them big old signs like, you gonna come stand out here talking to me about a book that was written by a gay man. I'm sad. I don't even care. I said my views and opinions are my views and opinions. You might look at it differently. You might look at it like, those gay people. Us gay people, what? What are we? I don't hate you. I don't hate you because you straight. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I don't hate you because you're straight. You know how many straight people that I've talked to? It's like, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm gonna do this anyways. You ever had one of those moments? I know a lot of people who had a lot of those moments, but that's not my place to be like, oh, you just over here, lights off, doors closed, and nobody gonna know. And it's the secrets for me. Is it the secrets, and you are beneath me. I can't love you because you gay. I can't talk to you because you gay. Somebody told me that before. I can't hang out with you because people gonna start thinking I'm gay. And just like that, I laughed because I said, "Oh, sweetie, no. People already think that you're gay. Not just because you hang out with me. People already thought that you were gay. People say anything. I ain't with that gay shit. Pause. No homo. People say all kinds of things, but I'm just here because it's understanding homosexuality. I wanted to help you understand what it is. It's not all rainbows and sunshine. Sometimes you have to cut some motherfucker out because they got you twisted. I'm gay, but I'm not trying to be with you. It's like every gay person just supposed to like you. No, we got morals and values, and we have standards. We have types. We have all of that. We just gay. We not out here. Some people are, but not everybody is out here trying to turn people gay. That term alone just makes me laugh every time. They ain't turn people gay. They was already gay. They just was denying it. They were suppressing the homosexuality. Hold on, somebody walking in my house right now. You can come in. I was actually waiting because I was hoping I was going to have guests. And I have guests. I'm still on live. You want to join my conversation? Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay.
You want to sit right here? No, they can't see you.
Okay.
I have a guest. She's a parent. So maybe we'll get a real conversation up in here. I have two guests.
Okay. Not two guests. You like it's your birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday. It's your birthday, yes.
Oh, I appreciate that. I could turn it.
I'm gonna do it.
See? Inspiring people already.
Mommy, this is the first time you ever wanted to be on live.
I have never done a live before. And I'm gonna do this.
And here she is.
Because it's her birthday.
And we're going to have a real conversation because she's a parent.
Okay.
So my question is, right?
Okay.
As a parent, the topic is understanding homosexuality, right?
Okay.
So my question is, as a parent, would disowning your child become an option? Like, is that an option? Or is that something like what will, I don't want to say what would be that thing to make you disown your child, because I don't think parents should disown their kids.
Mm-hmm.
But like, how would you feel? That's the question. How would you feel if your child identified as
LGBTQ? Any one of them. How they'll feel? First of all, it's not my business. No, I'm just kidding.
There's that.
But,
her name is Crystal. I'm sorry.
Okay, I don't know how to do this. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm Crystal. I'm Kira's mom. And I do nails. I'm known as the nail fairy. Yeah,
so
that's
you was playing. That's what you was playing.
I played the games. The word games with you guys and things like that. But let me get into the question. The answer. Or my opinion, I should say. First off, let me start by saying, as parents, we are not here to control our kids' lives. And I feel like a lot of parents think that we have this control problem where it's like, no, do this, do that, do that, do that. But truth be told, we are literally only here to guide our kids and, give them the best knowledge that we can. You know what I'm saying? I won't get too deep into that, but overall, what I'm saying is that I strongly believe that we are here to guide our kids the best way that we can. No matter what we teach our kids are going to do and be who they are going to be and who they want to be. Me personally, I'm gonna share something with you guys. I don't even think I told anybody. I'm not sure if I told you. I probably did.
Are you about to cry?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Kira said, "Mommy, what's gay?" I'm not a gay person, but I love gay people. I do. I really do. I'm a fan, and I didn't know how to answer it because, like, I can't speak for gay people, but I pretty much told her, like, they're free will people who love everybody, both men and women. Nothing against anybody. I love gay people. I have lots of gay friends, even family, and it's like I kind of just told her, like, that's not who I am. It's not what I'm about. But if that was ever your decision, that's something that you discuss with me and we talk about, and that's you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to put it on her or put too much into her to where she's constantly thinking about it. But, like, I also want her to know, because she did ask me what it was. Obviously, she's heard the word. I want her to know that, the more you learn about it, know that, Mommy don't care. I'm gonna love you no matter what. Like, I'm always gonna have my opinion. You have your opinion, but at the end of the day, you can't let mommy's opinion or anybody else in the world opinion change how you feel. And another thing I want to tell gay or lesbian people in general, don't let nobody tell you how to feel or, make you feel any type of way for being who you are. Like, we literally all walk in our own shadows in different type of ways. Like, we all have things that people don't like about us. But truth be told, who gives a fuck? Nobody's perfect.
I'm gonna say it again.
That's
who gives a fuck?
Oh yeah, who gives a fuck? Nobody. I just feel like that topic, that's just another judgmental topic in the world. Like, that's just one of those things. Ain't none of your business. It is what it is. Like, literally, like, you're not God. You're not the holy,
like
whoever you guys believe in. You're not the higher power. You're not anything. You bleed the same blood I bleed. You cry the same tears I cry. I just feel like that topic in general is just judgment. It's just judgment and opinion, literally. And sadly to say, the topic is so big because the world revolves off of judgment and opinion. You know what I'm saying? The world is so opinionated. Like, that's literally all it is. Like, to me, it should never even be a conversation. Who cares? Who cares?
What do you think about the homosexual agenda?
What do you mean?
Where they say they're putting it in, like, movies and cartoons and
I definitely believe that, and this is my opinion. I do not want to offend anybody.
Wait,
I do.
I did not know.
I'm not gonna say sorry. I'm not sorry. It's not my intent. I do believe that it's being pushed. I do believe that it's in places that it doesn't need to be, and that's what I mean when I say it's being pushed. I definitely do believe, like, talking about it and, having those roles and characters in certain movies. I don't see a problem with it, but I do believe, like, for the children cartoons and things like that, it doesn't have to be exposed, or it doesn't have to be like this big thing. And that's what I mean by the world makes it a big thing. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to have it in movies, but why is it I would say exaggerated sometimes? Because it's just like, at the end of the day, you don't look at a person who is bisexual or gay. You don't look at them. I would say people often don't look at them They don't look at their relationship the same way they would look at people who a man and a woman. It's always an opinion when it comes to. Can you quiet down, please? There's always an opinion when it comes to bisexual or gay people, and it shouldn't be that. Like, it literally should not matter, and that's what I feel like. I feel like if there would be no push if people weren't so loud and opinionated about the situation in the first place. I do personally believe that it needs to be toned down for the kids' sake, just because it needs to be something that comes about within the kids on their own. Like I said earlier, I'm not gay, I'm not bisexual or anything like that, but I root for you guys. I really do, because I believe that everybody has their own choice. Being gay is something that not you don't just wake up and say I want to be gay. That is something that you feel. That is a feeling. That is an emotion. Like, I don't feel it, but like I have feelings. I feel other people. So it's just like I know that that's something. It's not that something that a kid is supposed to watch on TV and be like, oh, I should do that too. No, it's not. It's literally something you feel on the inside. It's the same thing that like people who say I'm straight. I like, I'm a female. I like men. So like growing up, nobody told me you like boys and you only like boys. Like, my mom has never said that to me. You know what I'm saying? So I could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? It was my option. Like, I've seen a girl like a girl or touch a girl. I saw that before, but it wasn't something that I felt was for me. So you can never take being gay away from anybody, because that is the feeling and emotion that they feel on the inside.
Just hop right in there. I never done YouTube or anything before, and then just
I've never done.
hop right in there on the live. I already
But
know
yeah,
that.
that's my strong emotion about it. I could go deeper, but leave it at that.
No, because that was my question. Because you do have parents who disown their children because they say that they are gay. And I just told them, like, I personally feel like the hatred for it, or the disdain that a lot of people experience, is because of religion.
It definitely is, and that's the thing. Like, everybody's not religious. Everybody's not religious, and that's the thing people have to keep in mind. Is also what you believe, who you believe, and more of all, do you believe in yourself? That's the biggest question.
That's the biggest person.
Do
You're
you
supposed to
believe in
believe in.
yourself?
But no, that's why
That's who you should believe in, if anything. It starts with you. And
that was like my biggest question, because you hear all the time, like, parents disowning their kids, or parents like abusing their kids, or thinking that their kids, like, I talked earlier about Exodus International. You know what Exodus International is? I have to watch the documentary. It's a place where people were sending their kids because they prayed the gay away, like they delivered them kids and all that. And people were paying all kinds of money. Actually, while we sitting here talking, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna put it in the chat so y'all can see it.
So yeah, like, I just think overall it's just one of those things in America to keep us going, something to talk about. Like, I just don't feel like it should be a debate. Same thing with women, but we're not gonna get into that right now. But yeah, I just feel like
Some of you might not be able to get it, but that's the link, right? We could watch it, or I could send it to you and go watch it, right? And these are people that they like sent their kids. Like, there was conversion therapy, there was all these different things, and they sent their kids, and they was like, okay, when they come back home, they was gonna stop being gay. They was gonna be delivered from being gay. But they didn't. But they never did. And so many kids like killed themselves, and
that's what it leads
drugs
to.
and all that
It
stuff.
leads to drugs. It leads to depression. It leads to
Insecurities.
suicide. Yes, insecurities, and that's the biggest thing. Like, I know, like, I won't get too deep into this, but a lot of the reason why we act the way we do, we talk the way we do, we move the way we do, is because of insecurities. Right? Because we weren't accepted in ways that we needed to be as a child. And being gay or lesbian is one of those things that, you know,
Okay.
you have to hide it for so long that when you do get older, you're
you
not
can have it.
comfortable in your own skin. Like, there are people who 30 years old, 40 years old still right now today hiding because they have never had that comfort from their parents. And for the parents, it's like, oh no, this helped them, this relieved them. But no, they're hiding. And they hid because that was the only option that you gave them. And that was the only acceptance that they had to feel in the real world outside of, you know, their space themselves. When they walk out the door every day, they don't have comfort anywhere else, so they have to put on this mannequin, they have to put on this fake person that they're not,
Have to put on a
and people
mask.
carry it with them for years and years. And it gets to the point, just like with anything else, any other situation in the world, carry any type of baggage for a long period of time, you can't get out of it. You can, but you can't, not that easy. And that's why I say you can't, because it's the time that and the effort that you have to put in, and a lot of people just give up, and then you get suicide, and then you get the insecurities, and then you get people who don't even reach their full potential in life because they've been told who they really are. It's not who they are. And one last thing I'm gonna say. One last thing. No matter how good you know your kid, or you think that you know your kid, never tell them who they are. You know, if don't tell them who they are. If anything, try to understand who they are and who they're trying to be or who they're striving to be. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not liking it, like, you know, shoot them in a different direction, but never try to change their image, honestly, or their personality or character, because it will literally destroy them as an adult in the future. And like, they won't know how to cope. It would just make everything harder. So
Our real life, everything she just said, our real life said before you walked in here.
really,
Everything.
like, I know it's easier said than done, but like, we're not here to control the kids. I'm sorry to say, like, I know, and this is in a lot of black families. I'm not gonna touch too much on the black families. I'll wait another time because I know it's coming. It's coming, right? Okay, so
That's hilarious.
I just feel like we need to not trick ourselves into believing that, like, us having so much authority over our children is what's best for them. Because you really say, how are they growing up to be their own individual if we're like literally telling them, no, you can't be this, no, you can't be that, no, it's this way, no, that's your way, that's what you prefer, that's the way you see it, and that's your vision. It's not your kid's vision.
That is so weird. I literally just talked about I'm telling y'all, weird stuff has been happening all the time. I literally just said all of that. I said we tell them what color they like, we tell them what toys they play with, we tell them what characters they like, we tell them everything.
And I'm really big on a universal thing. Like, a good example, Kira likes Ryan's World. If you guys don't know, Ryan is a boy, YouTube, and yeah, it's Ryan's World, just like Kira's World.
He's a millionaire.
Yeah, he's a little boy. I don't know how old he is.
He's probably like 10 now.
Yeah.
10.
So she has a bed set, a girl bed set, of course, but Kira loves all types of stuff. She even used to like another cartoon character called Super Y. But let me get back to Ryan's World. I bought her a bed set and it was Ryan's World, and people are like, oh, she don't need that, she's a girl, you don't want her to start liking boy stuff. That's not my say. It's not my call. That's not my call. It's not. Why she can't like JoJo, and just even with the JoJo, like, oh, she's gay. Your kid, ain't nobody know that JoJo was gay until you said so. My baby don't know JoJo. She don't know but the right, y'all. She don't know you guys think the rainbow is gay. She doesn't. Kids don't know a lot of things until you guys choose to expose them.
I literally just said that.
So it's like your opinions, they don't know about it until you expose exposed them to it. They don't even know it's the issue until you tell them that it's the issue. That's literally how they think and what they think. So if my kid likes JoJo, but she also likes Ryan's World, she gonna have JoJo in Ryan's World. If she like Dora and she like Super Wide, because he's a boy, I'm not gonna stop her from having those things. If she's into trucks and Barbie, so be it, cool. But it's not my call. All I can do is show her that, you know, this is what the world said that girls do, and this is what the world said boys do. But you can do whatever you want. And that's just my opinion as a parent. Like, you know, like it's certain things that, yeah, we here to say, no, that's absolutely wrong. But at the same time, you really, really, really have to let your kid be your own person. And like I said before, I know it's harder for some other parents to understand, but your opinion doesn't matter. Sorry. Thanks for having me. I gotta go now because somebody's waiting. But thanks, you guys. I hope that anything I said was encouraging. I really, really do. Like I said, I'm not a gay person, but I have a lot of gay friends and family, and I've heard stories, and I like hear people. They want to know the point of view from a person, a mother, a parent, a straight person. They want to know these things because. Not just because, like, you know, they're insecure. It's a problem not just for one person, but for everybody. And they are a community. They're a team, just like everybody else. They have to stand up for each other, just like Black women stand up for each other, just like Black people, period, stand up for each other. It's like, you know, nobody will understand their issues but them. And I know a lot of people say, like, oh, they do this. They, like, you know, they want to make being gay a big thing. Well, it is.
It has been since the dawn of time.
Oh yeah, that's just a little bit of truth. That's all I got for you guys. If I say something else, I'm gonna keep talking. I'm a talker when it comes to this type of stuff. So yeah,
that's okay.
Thanks for having me, you guys. Hope to see you again.
I hope she comes back again.
I will. Oh yeah.
Is it open your car yet?
Ooh.
Oh, so you like them? It's not too much humor. You like them?
I guess I like them. I guess I like them. Oh, y'all can't see them. I just got these. Wait, hold on. I just got these for my birthday.
Shimmy.
I don't even know how to. Do I just press them on there? Or you gonna show me how
You
to do
also
it?
got a card. You didn't open it.
Okay. Now we taking up my camera time.
So you can do some.
But y'all know that's Kira. She come on. She be over here. Oh, we got a whole little.
Yeah,
We got a whole little kit up in here. Hold on.
Nail kit.
Y'all can't really see. There you go. We got a whole little kit up in here.
I
that's
missed the
tight.
envelope.
These are the glue tabs. Like you can reuse them over and over, but you are gonna have to pull them out before you keep reusing them.
Okay.
So it's a few of them. So
Okay.
like you really can practice putting them on, making sure they straight and stuff like that before you try something.
Okay. Wait, do I need glue though? Sorry, y'all.
You do not have to use it. You don't
Okay.
have to. Like if you don't want them to stay on for like a day or two, then I would not use it.
Okay.
It will stay on. But
You
if
do
you just
need
want
the
to
nail
try
file.
them and just see, you know, or anything, or if you want to just keep them on for a day, I do recommend the sticky tabs.
Okay.
And you do need the nail
And
file.
you just make sure the tabs fit your fingernail. That's it.
Okay.
And just make sure they straight. Like, you know, even if you gotta take them off, let me just show you. Just make sure it's straight.
Sorry, y'all. She done came over here and like
you know, just make sure it's straight. You know, just make sure it's straight. That's it.
yeah. Okay.
You know,
now, okay. I got.
Before you put the glue. You can't take it back off, okay?
I got you. I don't think I'm gonna use the glue though. I'm just gonna stick them.
Yeah. But
Tamika says I'm not gay either, but I love everyone.
Yeah.
But I was raised by some of them.
Yes, it's all love. So yeah. So
I can mix and match them.
Yeah. Well, these are a little bit longer, so I don't recommend you to them. Maybe it's a little crazy.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But if you want more, I always got your size. All you have to do is say, you know, I want this color.
I got you. I appreciate that.
That's it.
I'm gonna figure this out tonight. I
So
like this cancer.
before
These
you
cancer ones.
put them on, because you know your nails got oils and stuff on it.
I didn't know that, but okay.
Yeah, like their nails have natural oils on it, so they'll pop right on.
Okay.
So solid, and then put the alcohol, wipe it off the alcohol, so it's no
And then put
debris or
the-
no oil on it.
Okay.
And then put the sticky tab on your fingernail. And press
Okay.
the nail down. And do it from the middle, just so you won't ruin the nail. But you have fun. You don't like it.
The nail fairy
Everywhere.
just blessed me. She's on all social medias. That's hilarious.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Give me
I'm
my
getting there. I'm
card.
trying my best. Happy
Fine.
birthday. I really
Thank
hope you
you.
had a good day today.
I
I
did.
really do. I really, really do.
I got lamb
Mommy.
chops.
Did
Mommy.
you?
Yes, I did.
Mommy, can
They
we
cost
watch
a
That's
whole-
what you wanted.
Can
They
we
cost
watch
a whole
Kiki open
extra
her
one.
card?
Yeah.
I got to it. See, they
Yes, you
come
gotta
over
do it
here.
online.
Bossy.
You have to read
The
it
best
online.
auntie ever. Oh, it's a magnet. You are the coolest. You are the greatest. You are the very best by far. You are outstanding. You are terrific. You are auntie. Oh, you are aunt superstar. Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
Can we this?
She
Yeah,
made me
too,
right.
too.
I was trying to
I
write.
love making juices with you. I love making ASMRs with you. I love spending time with you and making shirts, cookies, and watching movies with you. Most of all, I love having you as my auntie. Oh, thank you.
It's the cutest.
Thank you.
And
Oh,
don't forget about your bag.
can you put this on my... Wait, I could wear this? That's a magnet. Can you put this on my refrigerator? Oh, this is so nice. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. And from talking about understanding homosexuality to being one of the greatest auntie, and I'm gay. And I'm a great auntie. I'm not out here trying to turn the kids gay. I don't even talk to them about being gay. That's what we was talking about. That's what I was talking about earlier. That's what she came and reiterated. I just
literally
live.
not something you just bring up. Like if your kid has a question about it, they deserve an answer.
Talk to them about it.
Yeah.
That's what it's understanding. They want to understand it. Don't shut them down.
Yeah.
Because then you shut them down. Think about this, right? Think about, you was inquisitive and they was like, in church, they used to be like, don't have sex before marriage. Next thing you know, all of these people came in and they was pregnant before they was even married. No, talk to them about it. That's all I've been saying. Talk to them.
That's their job. Come on, baby.
Thank you. Thank y'all for coming to visit me.
Hey, Mommy,
Yes.
I'm coming Friday, right?
Do y'all see her bargaining? Look. She got you on camera. You can play this back here and look.
Yeah, I want to call TT.
Wait, it's Sunday?
Yeah, it's Sunday.
That's a long way to Friday.
Nope, it's gonna go really fast. Watch. Watch, it's gonna go really fast.
It's gonna be Friday.
You're gonna be like, I was just at your house and saying that. Oh, it's gonna be a long time. Watch. It's okay.
See you later.
Okay.
I'll tune into your live on the web.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right.
That was so sweet. That was really so sweet. I really appreciate that. I'm over here all choked up now. But we're talking about understanding homosexuality. See, that's the kind of I just be wanting to know. If you know me, like I be asking questions about everything. I be trying to figure it out. Like not just because I have nothing better to do in my life. I just be wanting to know. I want to know. If you don't like me, I want to know why you don't like me. What did I say to you that make you not like me? And if you got to tell me what 50 other different people said, I want to know what made you not like me. Like I hear people talk about homosexuals and I say, I'm gay, right? And then people have the nerve to say, you are different gay. Like there's levels to gay. Like what level am I on? I didn't know that. Like somebody told me that I wasn't a true lesbian. I said, hold on. I've been a lesbian for I don't know how long. I didn't know there was levels. I didn't know that there were levels to this. I be wanting to talk to. I'm gonna look into this because I be wanting to talk to different people. Like I really want to do this podcast, or I call it a podcast. It's a video cast. I want to turn it up to a podcast eventually and have people call in. I'm actually working on that, so that'll be what'll be going on for 20 the rest of 2022. But I just be wanting to know, and I know like people be wanting somebody to ask them. Like I know people was like, "What the fuck was Dwayne Wade thinking, letting his son become a girl, and now he got a car? I would never let." And then in my mind, I was just like, that was I appreciated that so much. I appreciated that so much. Not because, oh, he letting this, but it was because he took the time to hear his child. He took the time to hear her. Not only did he take the time to hear her, he took the time to understand her. He's allowing her to be her. She gonna grow up, but she ain't gonna want to do that. That's her business. I really feel like we be involving ourselves in stuff that we ain't got no business. No business. The government be involving itself in shit. It ain't got no business, but they still be involving themselves in shit. There's supposed to be a separation of church and state, but if you've been paying attention to the news over the weekend, it ain't. I mean, nah. We're gonna talk about that too at a later time, though. We're gonna talk about that. Like, it's already so many different people out here making decisions for you. Like, when do you have the opportunity to make your own decision? I would think that would be in your household, like your sanctuary. But then I realized that some people's homes aren't their sanctuaries. There's no peace in their home. There's peace in my house. When I say peace, I mean like real life peace. Like, anybody that come over here, I'll be full blown conversation. Like, I've been talking to y'all for this last hour and 30 whatever minutes, right? Full blown conversation. They be responding to me too, and I look over and they be asleep. Or people come in here and they just like, it's calm. Like, they could be rah, 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 but then they come here and they be calm. It's my environment. Y'all see this? I will put this in the air in a minute. You know, people like, I spark that up. Oh, I sparked this up in a minute. I even went and got some spray where I could just spray it on me or wherever I'm at. It's a no for me. I don't want to be out here walking around hating people, and I don't even know them. I don't know them. I don't know their circumstances. I don't know what they've been through. I don't know what they're going through right now. I don't know where they at in their life. And I would say this, even though it's understanding the homosexuality, we have to be mindful of how we are out here talking to people. You don't know that person you are cussing out is probably just one blink of an eye away from just totally snapping out. You don't know what their home environment is like. You don't know. So when you see other people, like, this is something I learned 40s when I was young. I learned it a long time ago. You have to be kind to other people. You have to be. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying you have to be kind to other people. That's something we be trying to teach our kids. Well, some people don't be teaching their kids. Some kids are bullies. That's not cool. And then some kids become bullies because they're being bullied at home. That's a whole nother thing we're going to talk about. But you have to be kind to other people, because you never know. We will never know unless people start talking. Let's have nurturing conversations. When was the last time you sat down and talked to your child about their day, week, month, hour, minute, the class, the book? You probably noticed that your child don't even come out the room as much as they used to, but did you ever walk in there and ask them why? I remember when we were growing up, they'd be like, "Oh, you smelling yourself now." I used to be like, "What the hell? I smell myself every day." I didn't get it. But what they meant was you being fast, like you done. They'll say little quirky things like that, but they will never talk to you about it. They'll tell you about a condom, they'll tell you about birth control, but they'll never talk to you about it. Why you shouldn't do it. They would never tell you that. I really think like those are conversations we need to bring back too. Especially with STDs. It's not because a global pandemic happened that STDs just went disappeared. No, it's still there. I hope that the link, I'm going to put it in here again. I hope that you guys check out this link, right? Click the link. It's called God and Gaze. If you click the link and you watch it, I want you to come back. I want you to come back on this live. It'll be a video about it. But I want you to come back and I want you to comment and tell me your thoughts on it. Let's continue the conversation. I watched it. I watched everything associated with it. I went and researched. I'm telling you, when I tell you, when I get something in my head, I go down deep. I'd be trying to find any and everything about it that I can. And then I sit back and formulate, like, what the hell is this? That's what anything I get ready to do. YouTube, before I hop back into YouTube, I was researching. Before I hopped on Twitch, I was researching. Before I did a 42-hour live stream, I made sure everything I do that. I prepare myself. When I be talking to my nieces and nephews, I don't never just be like, "Hey, go do this because I said." I've never been that type of control. I don't want to control them. I want them to know that they are loved, right, Jamila? Hi, Jamila, girl. I want them to know that. I want them to feel like they could talk to me about anything. I want them to be like, "Oh, Titi gonna judge me." No, we could talk about whatever you want to talk about, and I'm gonna listen, and I'm gonna hug you. I'm gonna hold your hand while you telling me if I notice that. If you know, like you know, people be struggling when they be coming out the closet. Not struggling like that, but it's hard for them to say that because they don't know how you gonna respond. They don't know. We don't know how you gonna respond. I can suggest how you should respond. You should listen. You should talk to them. You should ask them questions. You know, like kids always asking questions. You should ask them questions. And most importantly, if you are a parent, don't feel like you are a failure because your child is gay. Hell, start looking at it like you are the greatest parent ever. Because you have a gay child. That's not saying that if you have a heterosexual child, you're not great. Because you're great too. You're all great. But I'm just offering an alternative to feeling like embarrassed or feeling like you didn't do a good job or you are the reason why they are gay. Again, people are born gay. I know people probably watching this like she done lost it. I didn't. I just wanted to have a conversation, understanding homosexuality. I want you to feel comfortable enough to come and ask me. You don't have to even ask me here on this live. You can ask me in my DMs. Slide in them. Hop in them, running them, crawling them, accidentally fall in them. But when you see me out in person, just ask me. I'm never ashamed of talking about who I am. Never. Never have been, never will be. Not at all. Never. I will not deny who I am for anyone. Because at the end of the day, I'm in this house with me. I look at myself in the mirror. The way I'm looking at this camera, I look at myself in the mirror. I check myself a lot. Not as much in the last 3 years, but I used to check myself a lot. Now I just walk the straight and narrow, so I don't have to check myself. Be mindful of the things that I say to people. Every time I come on this live, I talk about shit that I want you to talk about. I want you to talk about this. I want you to talk about this live. I want you to talk about everything that was said on this live. I want you to talk about it. I want you to. That's why I talked about it. I want you to come back and watch it after that. I want you to come back and be like, well, you said, and then we can have a discussion about what I said. I want you to do that. Hopefully this opened up the door for you to come and have a conversation with me. I hope that's what this did. And I hope that you can understand a little bit more that it's important for you to open your arms and love rather than push away and destroy. Because whether you believe it or not, that pushing away destroys people, destroys them. That rejection, that abandonment that they feel by the people who were put on this earth to lead and guide them. If you have insecurities about homosexuality, if you have fears about homosexuality, if you're like, oh, I don't want this for my child because it's hard, that's all the more reason why you should talk to your child and take them to, like, they have the LGBT center. Like, take them to those centers so they can be around other people so that they can understand their feelings. Don't call them crazy. They're just different from you. Love your child. Because if you don't, the wrong person will. That's all I got. I hope that this conversation has been insightful for you. I hope that you feel inspired to talk to a member of the alphabet community. If it's your brother, cousin, auntie, uncle, grandma, grandpa, niece, nephew, whoever it is, I hope that you feel inspired to talk to them. Have a conversation with them. Parents, stop disowning your kids. You disown your kids, but again, your Uncle Pete, and we ain't even going to say Uncle Pete, your Auntie Mary is, Auntie Mary's be back there touching people too. And they still invited to the barbecues. They still invited to the house parties. They still invited to christenings and baptisms and Easter and Thanksgiving. They still invited. You basically never protected your child because you weren't protected. And people will say shit like, that happened to me, but look how I turned out. Like, that's a badge of honor. Like, no, nobody should just be turning out. Like, shit that happens to people when they're younger, we might not ever admit it, but it affects your life as an adult. It does. Again, I'm not a mental health professional or a doctor or anything, but I can tell you as a person, you're probably looking at me like, that's just your experience. I guarantee you could look at something that happened. Like, you could say, oh, we didn't have name brand clothes, or we didn't have a lot of food when we was growing up. And you can go in your kitchen, you got pantries full of food, you got freezers, deep freezers, you got cabinets, closets, you got a snack thing underneath your bed, your kids got their own kind of cereals, all of that, because you don't want to be hungry. I want to encourage you, the next time you come in contact with somebody who is gay, lesbian, transgender, non-binary, any one of the letters in the alphabet mafia, talk to them, strike up a conversation. They ain't gonna try to hit on you. Now, some might. But again, we are good readers of energy, so we know. Some of us are. But you get what I'm saying. Talk to them. That's all I got. Remember, it is important for you to use your words. That is the only way that anyone will ever know what you are feeling and what you are thinking. Talk to your people. Talk to them. Talk to them. Understand them. It is important for you to love yourself, know yourself, trust yourself, and for the fucking love of humanity, just be yourself. Now, in case you need a friendly reminder, I, you, we have all, still are, for the remainder of the year, will continue to be surviving a global fucking pandemic. You survived. Now what? Now what are you gonna do? That's all I got. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for hanging out and commenting. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for just watching it all the way through. Thank you for taking down notes. Thank you for laughing. Thank you for everything that you did on this. I thank you. Until next time, which should be next Saturday. Actually, it'll be Wednesday. You'll see. You'll see the graphics for it. You'll see it. Thank y'all again for rocking with me for 42 hours. I truly appreciate that. For those of you, especially those of you who was with me for like a large majority of the hours, I was on different platforms and I was seeing people on those different platforms like, hey, that's real life support. I appreciate that. I hope something I said or something that I did in this weekend encourage you to get up off your ass and get to it. You want to start a YouTube? Start a YouTube. How do I start a YouTube? Hi, my name is, and this is my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be talking about, or I'm going to be doing blase. Upload it. You have officially started your YouTube channel. How do I create TikToks? I don't dance. Hi, my name is whatever it is, and I'm new to TikTok. Join me as I explore it. I'm dropping gems right now. Anyways. That's all I got. I love y'all. Until next time, have a beautiful evening. Thank you for all of the birthday wishes. I truly, 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 from the most bottomless of my heart, appreciate them. I'm 42. And it's a great time. It's a great time. I love y'all. Until next time, peace.